Hey kids, this is our lining up for PE, and we're going to kind of walk you through the process. So I'll go all the way through it from start to finish. All right, here we go. Gabers class, come line up. As you can see on the ground, there are some white lines already painted on the ground. You see how Mr. Gomer is lined up. You see how Miss Roche is lined up. They have their backpack. They have everything ready to go. All right, so now we're going to enter into the PE office. As you go in, make sure you stop by the hand sanitizer and get some hand sanitizer on your hands. Okay, I'll meet you at the door. Make sure you keep your 6 feet from each other. Here we go. All right. Okay, as you can see, Mr. Gomer, you do not have your face mask on properly. You need to go to the back of the line and make sure you cover your mouth and your nose. Ms. Roche, thank you very much. Excellent. Don't forget to stop by the hand sanitizer machine and get a squirt. Mr. Gomer, great job. Go find your spot on the floor. Go ahead and wait. Give Ms. Roche a second. Okay, Ms. Roche and Mr. Gomer, can you tell everybody how you guys found your spots so easily?
A piece of tape on the floor.
Piece of tape on the floor. Thank you very much. Can you guys put your backpack to the side of you? Either side will work. Awesome. All right, thank you. All right, so now that we got everybody seated, here's our first thing we're going to do is we're going to do our warm-ups. We're going to be using Second Pro. We're very familiar with that, and most of our warm-ups are going to be a lot of stretching. So hopefully that's something that we can enjoy. Then I got a little character strong with your word of the month or dare of the week, and then we might have some type of SEL activity. Before we leave, we're going to do a sit down and sanitize. Here's an example of what would happen. These would be baby wipes. I would come by and I'd hand it to you. You are going to consciously try to do the entire area that you either touched or were sweating on. It is very important that you do the best that you can in this. We'll give you plenty of time.
Where do I put this, Mr. Gabers?
I'm going to come by and you can just put it in the trash can. Thank you very much. All right. Now you're going to grab your backpacks. And you're going to stand up. Remember, it's still important to keep your 6 feet at all times. Mr. Gomer, you're going to lead us out. Ms. Roche, you'll follow behind. Remember to keep your 6 feet. One of the hardest part about this is Mr. Gomer is going to pause when he gets to the hand sanitizer. Ms. Roche, you're going to have to make sure you wait by the door until he's done. And we'll just dismiss from there. So go, Mr. Gomer, can you go ahead and stop the hand sanitizer and grab some? Ms. Roche, would you mind waiting at the door? And if I was the next kid, I'd be waiting right here. And as she leaves, then I... Okay, so to begin with, I want you guys to understand that we are only going to be using 3 different rows, all right? So the first row we're going to use is row 2. The second row or lane we're going to use is lane 5. And the last lane is lane 8. Ms. Roche and Mr. Gomer are going to line up for us, and they're going to pick their own lane. You can choose to pick whichever lane you want. You just need to make sure you maintain 6 feet distance. So as you can see, Mr. Gomer and Ms. Roche have picked lane 5. Now, if you notice, they still have their backpack on. I'm going to go ahead and ask you to put your backpack to your left and on the ground. So it's not in lane 5, it's actually in lane 4. Does everybody see that?
Can I take my mask off?
Great question. When we get outside, you are allowed to take your mask off. Mr. Gomer is going to actually show you how to fold it up correctly. If you notice, he's not touching the inside of his mask at all, and he's folding up, and he's putting in his pocket. If you notice, Miss Roche, she has decided to keep her mask on. That is fine. If Mr. Gomer would this time stayed there, but if next time, if you'd like to be next to Miss Roche, he can move to lane 8 next time, not once you find your lanes. This is kind of our one tracking point. Miss Roche is going to be walking. Go ahead. And when Mr. Gomer gets to this line, this is where he's going to double check to make sure he's at least 6 feet apart. All right. Thank you very much, kids. This is going to be our walk and talk session. We will be dismissing from this area. So when I blow the whistle, you'll go back to your backpacks. So you go back to your backpacks now, please. And go ahead and pick up your backpack. Mr. Gomer, could you please stay 6 feet back? Thank you very much. I know you're excited to leave. And then I'll be dismissing by lane. So for example, I'd say lane 2 can go first. Once all of lane 2 is gone, and then I would say lane 5, you may go. And when I say go, you're heading to your next class. All right, shaka shaka. See you guys. Thank you.